Alright everyone, bit of news that's come out today, and to be honest, I was like, what? What? It's from the boot room, and the headline is, Jurgen Klopp could be set to make managerial return after leaving Liverpool with three sides very interested. We all know he's become the head of global soccer for Red Bull, which he started in January. We don't need to talk about his history, who Jurgen Klopp is. We all know who Jurgen Klopp is. So the management options are one club and two international sides. So the international sides are, as said by the TVR football chief correspondent Graham Bailey, Brazil and United States. The club side is Real Madrid. So let's look at this because this is big. Apparently Carlo Ancelotti is ready to step away at the end of the season and is ready to move into international management. And he's firm favourite to take charge of Brazil, who have axed head coach Dorival, or however you pronounce that. When did he go? Brazil sack Dorival Jr. after Argentina defeat in World Cup qualifying, so they got beat 4-1. They may not even qualify for the World Cup. So that's interesting. It says here Brazil are one of the possible options could present themselves to Klopp, but Ancelotti's apparently their first choice. Real have been working in the background to potentially replace Ancelotti, and Xabi Alonso, the Leverkusen manager, who's their former midfielder, is pretty much their preferred candidate apparently. Now, the boot room says that the Reds are doing work on other options, and we believe one of these is Klopp. Now, this article has the interview with him, and he said no other English club ever. Now they've got here, Madrid want a manager of Madrid believe a manager of experience may be required to take charge of the current squad. And that's a blend of superstars and young players. And Jurgen Klopp would definitely fit the bill. And then we've got the other country, the USA. Klopp is one of the names would look at if they got rid of Mauricio Pochettino. And here we go again. He's having a tough time of it, been linked with a return to the Spurs job, and it looks like they are increasingly likely to part company with Ange Postecoglou. Oh my word, this is interesting stuff. This is what Klopp said when he took over his new role at Red Bull. I've been a leader for the past 3 decades, but I want to listen, I want to feel, I want to learn, I want to understand what the people did so far, because I can tell you they all did a brilliant job. It's not that we're starting from scratch, but to bring it all together. I think that's a real challenge, to be honest. That's what we'll try to do. When you're in the manager's job, you have no time for that because you play every 3 days and it's just winning, or dealing with defeat. Now I'm free of that, I have time and energy for all the other stuff. That's why it was easy decision for me. It's a sports decision, and I love the Red Bull sports idea. It's exciting, it's adventurous, it's innovative, sorry, and I want to be part of that, and now I am. I always had this kind of idea about making people better, putting your arms under their wings to really make them better. That was always my idea, so that's no different. The only thing I did before was I always worked with one club. Now we have a few more. In my mind, we want to be special, and I want to really help the people to live that. And all three of those options would mean he wouldn't be taking over another job. Naturally, it's big news. Really big news. And I don't know if I can find this comment. It's in the it's in the Cop Talk Telegram chat. We have our own Telegram chat as well. And well, this subject came up. It was this morning. No, was it this morning? No, this afternoon. And it's when this article came out. Oh, it might have been this morning from reading it. I'm just looking at the times of this chat here. And there was a theory that, and I agree with this actually, that he's not a Madrid type manager. Yes, he's one of the best managers around. There's no doubt about that. But you look at the types of clubs he's managed. Mainz, Dortmund, Liverpool. There's like a family vibe throughout the club. You look at them. There's like it's hard to describe, but if you listen to his interviews from what made Liverpool and Dortmund special and things like that, you'll see what I mean. Trying to see more on it. And then there's a better description of when he joined clubs, and he's mentioned this with Liverpool. And I remember this from when he joined Liverpool, because I was a huge fan of him at Mainz as a manager. I became aware of him, and he went to Dortmund. I loved his style of football. He called it rock and roll football, the Gegenpress. I really became a huge fan of him as a manager. And I kept, obviously a huge Liverpool fan, but I watched Dortmund and I was a huge fan of his style of play. And when Brendan Rodgers left, I can't remember who the other manager that was linked with the job was. Was it Roberto? Was it Martinez, the ex-Everton manager, or somebody like that? And I didn't want him. And then I heard Jurgen Klopp, and I was like, please, Jurgen, he's got. We've got to get Jurgen Klopp. And I had one of my favourite managers at my favourite club. It sort of made my day back then. So I remember this interview and remember his approach to joining clubs. And he said it when he left. He's not his sole focus, his sole drive isn't the trophies. He likes trophies, but it's not his sole drive for joining clubs. He likes that emotional connection. It's how he feels at that moment, and it's why Liverpool felt right for him, why Dortmund felt right for him. And that's another reason I don't think he'll take the Real Madrid job won't be a good fit for Jurgen Klopp. Apparently he often seeks the approval of his wife as well and his family. So he likes to make decisions based on a harmonious decision as a family unit. That's another reason I don't see him being Real Madrid. I must admit, I've never been a fan of Real Madrid. If I was to pick a team in Spain, that would be my favourite Spanish side, like in La Liga. It's always been Barcelona. I always liked Barcelona. I have sort of developed a bit of a soft spot for CF Benidorm. Thank you, Doug, for that one. They were owned by David Villa, the ex-Spanish striker. But I've never liked Real Madrid. I've never took to Real Madrid, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me. So I would be kind of gutted if he took that job. I really would. I can't explain it. But to say I would be gutted would be pretty much the best way I could describe it if he took the Real Madrid job. It'd be very ironic if he took it, because he could end up working with the midfielder he wanted and his former right back. That's an interesting one as well. How long's this Real Madrid link been there for Klopp? Could he go there? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's a hard one to call, but yeah, it's them. Personally, when you look at him, say, around about March, April last year, look at his face, look at how he is. Now you look at Jurgen Klopp today, he looks younger, he looks healthier, he looks happier. He hasn't had that much time with his family. He literally lived, breathed and worked football. He's nearly 60. I think he's 58 on his birthday. I think he wants to enjoy his life now. I mean, even when you factor all that in, I was still absolutely stunned, devastated, when he announced he was leaving. That final game was hard. I watched the game in the bother, but I'm not going to forget that final game. And the farewell. I'll miss the fist bumps. The pumping of the fist to the crowd. I'll miss that. But I don't see him at Real Madrid. I really don't, and I hope he doesn't take it. Personally, maybe it's just me being selfish, but I don't see it working. I don't see him being the right fit for that club, and I would be gutted if he took that job, but that's just me. I can't stop him. I can't dictate what he does. I can only voice how I feel on the matter. I'd be happier he stayed at Red Bull. But whatever he does, for me, he's a Liverpool legend. And his Liverpool team got me through probably two of the toughest periods of my life. Well, two of them, I should say. One where I was really, really low. And I mean really low. And it was the Premier League coming back and seeing us potentially winning a title and winning the title. Did me a lot of good. So, yeah. That's probably why I'm a bit selfish about the Madrid stuff. But yeah, we've had the story about him going to I don't see Brazil being as good a fit. Out of those three, part of me thinks the USA. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. But whatever he picks, he's still a legend for me. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much. Okay. Take care, guys.